to talk about mistakes that we can make. Let's talk about having an extra stitch. And I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 20 stitches here. And let's make believe that I am making a mistake. See where my yarn comes from? It comes from that one there. So one of the mistakes could be because you twist your yarn to the back and you believe that that is one stitch and you knit it, and that's another stitch and you knit it. So let's make believe that that happened. So you knitted that stitch, which is kind of difficult to do, but anyway, and you knitted the next stitch, and you're going to end up with 21. So let's take that off and show you the way it is supposed to be. Let's knit that one back so we can do it correctly. The way it should be done is that when you have your stitch, that's your first stitch, it cannot go to the back. It has to come to the front, completely down. Pull your work down and make sure that that stitch, that one there, is the first one that you knit. Another mistake can be that you put your yarn to the front and then keep knitting. And of course you're going to have an extra stitch because you made a loop over your needle that is not supposed to be there. You're going to end up with 21. That loop there should not be there. So you bring your work back, just bring it back, put your needle in the bottom and bring it back, bring your needle to the back and knit it back. See, that's where you did your yarn over. So bring it, your yarn always has to be in the back when you knit. Another way of acquiring an extra stitch is if you by mistake knit that one. So let's knit that one that should not have been knitted. That would be a make one. That's a way of adding another stitch, but not if you don't want to. So just let go of that one and keep knitting. So let's make believe that I lost some of my stitches. Oh my goodness, I lost some of my stitches. You turn your work, put your stitches back from the back to the front, from the back to the front, from the back to the front, and let's make believe that we want to take off all these stitches all the way to the back. See where the one before one was there. Let's take it off so you can see where it comes from. Take it off your needle and put your needle from the back to the front. Take it off your needle, bring it from the back to the front. It's easier if you do it when your stitch is still there, but whatever. You can bring it to the back to the front, from the back to the front, from the back to the front, and that's how you take a whole row off your last row of knitting if you made a mistake. So let's make believe that, see, my stitches need to be with the long leg in the front. See, the long leg of my stitch is in the front. That's the way the stitches should look like, with your long leg in the front. So if your stitches appear to be crooked, is because either you knitted that stitch And instead of bringing your yarn from the back to the front, you took it from the front to the back. So your stitches are going to appear crooked on the next row. And that doesn't look very nice. So the mistake was that instead of going like this, you went like this, and you will have a crooked stitch. Another reason, if you knit your stitch from the back of the loop, then your stitch will appear crooked also. Your stitch should be knitted from the front of the loop. If you knit your stitch from the back of your loop, your stitches are going to appear crooked. Let's turn, and you will see all these stitches will be crooked. Your long leg is in the back, and so we need to bring all these back. Make sure that your stitches are, see, all these stitches are crooked. It looks yucky. So let's bring all these to the other needle and do it correctly. So when your stitches appear to be twisted like so, that's the two reasons. Because you knitted it from the back, or because your yarn went from the other side. So let's do it correctly. It's from the front to the back, and you make your T. Your yarn has to go around from the back to the front, bring it to the front, and that's the way it should be.